Shalom, family. Glory be to God. Blessed be the Lamb. Good morning to you. Sunday morning. Good morning. Hoping I can catch you before church. Those of you who don't go to church, well, I can caught you anyway. But I wanted to touch on just a couple of things. Major thing being revelation, which is where we are now. Which is exactly where we are now. You know, America, listen, the Mystery Babylon is where you live. Okay? This is it. Right here. Right here. And while I was getting ready to talk about 18:2, chapter 18, Revelation, this jumped out at me. I mean, it just literally jumped out at me. It was in the next column. And it's Revelation 17. Most of your other freedoms have already been taken, but you do have the freedom to be lascivious. And you're quite well at it. You're quite well at it. Okay? You have reduced the standard of each other to such a low degree that you barely hanging on as the definition of humanity. Once you lose your compassion and your understanding, the things that God put in you, at that point, I cease to recognize you fully as a human. If you no longer carry by brick by brick, what isn't done here? If you read the Bible, everything that it's almost as if they went through the Bible, read it, and said, we are going to do the exact opposite of that. Every verse, every chapter, by accident, you think? By accident? I won't even waste your time this morning putting together combination of off the damn cliff. It's some kind of I think it's a marsupial or some kind. It's about the size of a wood rat, and they have from some other country, but they colonize, and then they get together at some mysterious time that only they know, and they commit mass suicide. Science have not yet understood this, and they've been studying it a very long time, and they just gave up. First it was the magnetic field, and then maybe it was the gravity, and then maybe it was Revelation 18. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. When I say things like there's no way out, I don't do this out of anger. I do that out of careful analysis. Every word has been analyzed, sometimes for weeks, before I even speak them, because I want to be the truth. I analyze everything. But that's not the point either. Is America not the habitation of every sin, slander, wicked act, wicked deed, sometimes by policy and legislation? And you ain't even got to the social order and how can that be? How can that be? It still got here. And what's crazy about it, Now, I'm not surprised that this one failed, but they called themselves a Christian nation. It didn't take long, though, to, I mean, come between their unbelief and their God. All it took was money and sex and a little wine, and like Johnny on the spot, God was had found a strange challenger to man. Not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. You in trouble. I told you that you stink. I told you this. Enoch tried to tell you this too. Shit, Enoch was one of the cleanest men walking the earth, and when he went to heaven, or on his way there, man, angels rushed out. They met him in mid transport, cause they was going to do some stuff to him. Who is that? What is that? What is that smell? They met us halfway there, ready for war, with swords pulled. You was dead if I wasn't here, Enoch. You was dead. But is it not true that this country is the habitation of every possible sin, every possible vice, every possible vanity? This is why you have consistent racism. And this is why it has to be carefully maintained. Carefully maintained. And you don't have to look too far for this maintenance. I'm not going to try to convert you. I'm not going to try to convince you. I don't have time for all that. Here's the information. Choose. Because at the end of the day, you've been robbed. I robbed you a long time ago. I started robbing you guys. I mean, it was a 6-year operation of robbing you. You know what I robbed you of? Your ignorance. Your right to hide behind your ignorance. Your parents may have had that luxury. Even your grandparents and your great-grandparents for sure had that luxury of, I didn't know. That's not of their own accord. Anybody can be taught to believe anything. Then they'll grow up and teach it to somebody else. And they'll speak it as though it is truth without really having any knowledge at all, except mama them told me this. That's it. Mama them lived this. Mama them believed this. Now, when I haul up and tell their ass daddy them went to that place for it, and then they want to fight me. But what you want me to say? Pop out the Bible and show you? And that'll make you even angrier. Angrier. Anyway, you. Okay? Now, every word of this either have come to pass or it's going to come to pass. Just as sure as the rich will lose all of their wealth. It's going to come to pass. The truth of the matter is it never was there. I mean, it never was theirs. It's stolen. Period. You can never own stolen property. Ever. I don't care how many times it changes hands, how many times you change the documents, how many times it changes names. The original owner that you stole the land from, got this morning, been taking a breeze and a ride. You know, he done did all his chores and stuff, and yet his bike is gone. So he talked to the guy across the street, the little boy. They neighbors and friends. And the little boy tells him, yeah, I did have the bike, but I left it here. I think um, Sean has it. So he'll go to, hold on. Whose bike is it, son? Mine. All right, let's move further. Now, Sean has it. He go knock on Sean's door. Okay? Sean says he did have it, but man, he had traded it for the fucking PlayStation. It's built right in. It's built right in. In fact, if you want to survive in this country, you almost have to be sinful. Period. Period. In fact, there is no getting rich. There's no getting so. successful. There is no getting into the middle class without being sinful. There is no one to get into an Adam good job. There's no one to get into an Adam good neighborhood. There's no get into good schools without being sinful. It's built right in. You have to do it. Why don't you just admit it? That's the $2.49 for all this. Amazing. Amazing. And then the whirly birds will come, and then the bright lights and the sirens will come. But they don't change the fact of what I just said. $2.49 did all of this. That's why they're running their ass around. This is why they're running their ass around. Because they see what I see. Watch the guy with the petrol and the milk jug. Anyway, this is a bad place. They can a fucking potato. I mean, it's not worth the appetizer of salad with breadsticks if the steak to try to half kill you just to get it. Oh man. Anyway, it is the truth. My point is, how do you turn this around? You can't. By a scripture, this is just the end of it. It has a little bit further to go. I'm pretty sure there's at least a couple of things in terms of wickedness that you haven't yet done. Do words, and they got the numbers. Excuse me. And they have the numbers. Then why does speech matter? To them. Do they not know that 2/3 of the Gentiles will die? But up until that point, you are 2/3. What are you worried about? Anything the remaining third, for example, not exact numbers, will think. I don't get it. I don't get it. And you know what? I was going to start some speculative line. Every turn, they said that in post-Obama world, there is no racism. But you could get away with that when there was no internet. You wanted the internet so badly that you got past the possible harm to yourself because it would bring you even more wealth. And this was your lust for wealth will always do. It will prioritize money even over your own harm. Even over your own harm. I'm glad I don't love it that. I don't love money that way at all. Money. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. You don't give a damn about this shit. Stop it. And I watch this because I know how you feel about money, and I watch you handle it all the damn time. And it has 1,000 different types of little viruses and bugs and bacteria all over it. I see nobody, put on gloves. Oh man, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying I'm looking at the built-in contradiction. You make no sense. Why, right? Because George Washington trumps all that. It trump all that. I could take that money, wipe my ass with it, spread it down, wipe it off, and I could, man, and trust me, I can spend that money. You're gonna want that money. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, man. And the higher the denomination, the higher the denomination of the bill, the higher the possibility of who gonna want the money. It's of that piece of paper, which basically means money. You'll get right over it, as it gives me back my dirty ass change from that dirty ass drawer full of that other dirty money. Okay? Which would go in my pocket. It will sit around with it, with my cigarettes, running my hands over it. That's just the ups and downs of it. I'm just saying, be real. Be real. And you don't have to look far for these contradictions. Look up in Cincinnati. I'm not going to even talk about it. Look up in Cincinnati. All of the black folks involved went to jail. The white folks the shit out of two black guys. One of them said that he doesn't know him, but he's had racial run-ins with him before, and they done chased these other two young men all over the parking lot, beating them up in Simi Valley, California. Okay, the police come. Guess what happens? Number one, there was no hate crime. First and foremost, what the police says, it was a hate-related crime. What the hell? Thank you. Would you say that again? Hate-related. Yep, that part. It was hate-related. Future police. Future police. That's just how it is. So you see the instant contradiction. The instant contradiction. And no one says anything. So as the police has reduced the charges, refused to charge him with a hate crime, for felonious assault, and reduced it to, I would presume, simple assault by hate-related ass whipping, hate-related chasing people down and beating them. I don't know where the baseline of 13, I don't know how they send these numbers out there. It would be far easier, and without this constant self-condemnation of the racism plus the lie. If you racist openly, then you don't have to lie. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the condemnation part of it right there. And then people knew full well what that dude was finna do through his lawyer. Get on an airplane. They wasn't standing out in front of his house waiting on him to leave. They let him leave. They let him leave. Period. From both parties. From both parties. Strange, isn't it? But, this is America. And no one wants to accept it. Even now, I guarantee you, I don't even have to look at the numbers. Normally I would. That places like major cities are overrun with nothing but immoral people. That crime is okay. Lying is okay. Sexual immorality is okay. There's absolutely no standard. None. So at that point, it's all flesh. All flesh. Anyway, none of my business. None of my business. You have a country that consistently moves wealth from the bottom to the top. Consistently. Any way that it can. And you still say nothing. You don't even ask for an explanation. I want you to notice something. Nobody on the news talks about homelessness, even though it is exploding and growing exponentially. Growing. It's not on the news, is it? They'll always want to maintain it, even though they see that it hurts the masses. They will still want to maintain it because they feed off of it. It writes their checks. Another reason why I say civil war is imminent. They don't want to be hungry like you. They don't want to be homeless like you. And they don't want, and they will never open their mouths about anything if they like their job. And it's like that right now in Houston. Another thing, man, we gonna just take the gloves off, man. Because we simply don't got time. We need you to choose and hurry up. Hey, sure you did. He told you flat out. You are choosing. You will choose. He robbed you, just like he said he did, and just like he said he would. Rob you of your ability to say, I didn't know the truth. Round one goes squarely to him. He won on points, a lot of points. It wasn't even close. He wasn't able to knock you out, but he sent your knees weak several times. We've seen it. So that one's done. Just choose. Get to the top now. They know you're there. At any rate, this country is what it is. It sucks the life and the innocence from everything around it. This is why it's constantly refueled through the migratory pattern. Constantly. Because it has to be. By the time that God do work in it and get it halfway balanced, all right, we're back on track here. We have the believer and the non-believer. All right. Everybody all right? Now watch what happens. Bam! No place to go, and you're hungry. What else are you going to do outside of beg or steal or prostitute yourself? I think that's the whole list. Oh man, you're going to prostitute somebody else. That's the whole list of opportunities right there. I'm pretty damn sure of it. Right there. Okay? And so they spend a lifetime in that type of abject poverty. What do you think is going to happen? Crime develops amongst them because everybody is fighting for survival. Now, imagine that. A plate of food and a motel room. $100. Cheapened. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because anyway, this is a situation of your making because it's built to be this way. The devil needs people that it exploits. This is why I said the most valuable man actually in this society is the garbage man. You may do without anything else, any other service, but I wouldn't have did it either. But they did. They did because there are the producers and there are the takers. It really is that simple. The producer and the taker. And the taker will always have more than the producer. Even though he doesn't produce anything, he stuffs his face with the profits of the one who does produce. And they set the whole system up that way. Period. Every thought is calculated for its maximum advantage to the person giving it. I mean, it's trippy. It is quite trippy to watch if you're watching from the outside in, which I've been doing for years. It's like watching a study, watching research happening, watching like lab rats. You just study them. Be quiet and just watch and take notes. Don't disturb them. Try not to walk amongst them too much because that's going to change the pattern for whatever reason. So why can I do it and you can't do it? I revert back to what I just said, which has once again proven to the world, damn God, you are so cold-blooded. I mean, he just be inserting them in there. He said, you can't do it by yourself. Here's the man who's done it by himself. You need that man that you keep calling a man. And that is a good place to wrap this up. Damn, that man, the Lord is just saying like that. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your morning. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1. And be wary of the vile birds out there. I have a saying. Avoid the fakes. Curb the snakes. Okay? Avoid the snakes. If you see the snake, don't sit up and fight over the sidewalk. Let the snake have the passers-by rights. Step to the side. Don't challenge the snake. Let the snake go on about his way. Apparently, he already had a target. Don't be like the serpent, and don't get dragged on your damn belly. Creative. I am source. I am seven. I am one.